happiest day in the deer hunting woods. It is mid-November. And it's the opening day of rifle season. I'm hunting public land, out of state. And it is going to be fun. I think we were here hunted Wednesday afternoon. Didn't see any deer. We got rained out all day Thursday. And then yesterday morning, got into a good area, found a little bit of sign, not really anything that just blew my skirt up. But we found a lot of hunting pressure. And on the way out, I had all my gear packed up. And on the way out, I shot an unbelievable buck. Massive buck. And it happened so fast. In the way that it happened, I didn't have a chance or time to film any of it. So, you guys may not even ever know that I killed that big buck other than on Instagram and social media. But the video, I mean, there was no video. My GoPro was backed up. My camera was backed up. I literally had just bumped into 2 or 3 other hunters and was turned around going back to the boat. Got a coyote howling off in the background now. Right now it's me and 2 other dudes that are hunting. One guy's going to set all day. He's in a really good spot. I feel good about where he's hunting. And then the other guy is hunting a spot that I was actually going to go to this morning. And we come in by boat. And we got to the boat ramp and asked him where he wanted to hunt. And he said he thought he was going to go to this area, which was the area that I had planned on going to. But since I shot a buck yesterday, I told him to go on in there and try to kill one. So I'm up here on a relatively short walk. Squirrels are coming alive. But I'm on a flat, and I'm all the way up against the lake. The lake is just right behind me. Like I can almost see my boat, but there's a lot of pretty stuff out in front of me. But then the other thing is there's a main access road. So this place is going to get a good bit of hunting pressure, but the way that they come in and the way that I come in, no deer knew that I come in, and I'm sitting right here right now, and they should push those deer straight to me, almost like a deer drive, either by coming in late or coming in early and bumping them with wind, scent bumping them, or just scaring them off from them traveling back and forth. They should want to bail back to this little area. I mean, we got a big laurel bed and thicket back behind me, so I feel good about it. It is 6:33, so it is actually 6:31. It is officially 1 minute into legal shooting. So stay tuned. Hopefully we get a couple more deer killed. Well, we haven't heard or seen anything really. Mark and Bobby are starting to hear some gunshots. I'll tell you, when the wind quits blowing, it is ungodly quiet in here. The leaves are still kind of damp from the rain that Hopefully they start moving here in just a little while. But hearing those them boys hearing them gunshots back to the east should tell me that the wave of deer movement is probably coming in regards to the sunrise. So hopefully hearing those gunshots, they get closer and closer, but not too close. Beautiful, so beautiful, so quiet. It's so quiet that it's loud, if that even makes sense. It's just so used to the everyday life of vehicles and people and phones and all that stuff, and then to get to go into a place like this where it's just nothing other than the birds and the woodpeckers. It's true silence. But hopefully we're going to disrupt that silence here before too much longer. Guys, trying to get my mics on. I just got set up here, and I heard some deer running, and I seen some does, and they come running right by me, and then it wasn't just a minute, right behind them, there was a big buck, and I didn't have any of my stuff set up. Oh my God. I think he's hit hard. He wasn't far. He might have been 30 yards from me. He was running hard with his head down. Oh, it's 12:30. Oh my God. Why every time I get to a spot and sit down, it's happened yesterday. Get to a spot, sit down, don't have my camera stuff up and going, and a big deer shows up. That deer's hit hard. I think he has no idea what happened. He's a good deer, real good deer. Alright guys, I just eased over here to where this deer was standing at. I got some pretty good blood, real bright red blood butt. Looks like I got, that looks like it's just straight double lung. Look how y'all can see. Flip y'all around maybe. He made it almost out of sight, and I threw another round at him while he was running. I have absolutely no idea if that round hit him. He's bleeding really, really good going out through there. There's a bedding area right there. I'm gonna see if I can see him with my binos. Right there he is. Right freaking there he is. So I'm gonna show y'all where I was set up at. This is the tree. See how wide it is at the shoulders. This is a high knob. It rolls off to several different ranges.
And this ridge right here runs down like this. On this left-hand side, there's a steep gully, and it creates a bowl right here. And when I came in, I came from this way, but I came in on this side because the wind was kind of blowing in my face. So I came in on this side knowing that the deer were probably bedded right here. Moved all the way around. I got to right here, and I had really no intentions of sitting out here the whole day because I really felt like I needed to push back down that ridge right there. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, I could just hear stuff running. I mean, it was just no doubt deer. And I was like, God, and they were down there where I just came from. So I stood up, and I could see as far down this ridge as you could see. I could see deer, see a tail flickering. So I'm looking at my binoculars, and I could tell it's a doe. It's like I'm standing up without my gun prop like this, and I could see them. They turn. I could see them drop back down in the hole. And as soon as they dropped back down in that hole, there was a big doe popped up right here out of this laurel. And I was stuck with my leg in the tree like this, turned all the way backwards. And they fed. It was her and two other does, so it was 3 does, and they kind of just fed on right through here, right by me, 30, 40 yards, and they got over here next to this blowdown, and they went around it. And as soon as I seen them go around it, I sat down, and then there was another doe come up right here. Well, then it wasn't too much longer. I heard something coming out of this laurel, and I just seen horns, and I was like, oh man. I was like, and I seen he had 3 or 4 on one side. I said, that's all I need to see right now, man. Holy smokes. Guys, I swear to God, I'm sorry that I'm not getting any of this crap on film because it's currently 12:53 in the afternoon. I literally just walked up. Like you can tell if you've been watching me and I'm hunting from the ground, you know that I like to scrape all the leaves away from the tree. All I really did was scrape that little knob out so that I could be a little comfortable just while I sat down. And I like to sit sometimes and just kind of analyze the lay of the land and make sure that that's actually where I want to sit at. And I kind of had made my mind up. I was like, man, I really feel like I needed to push basically where those deer come from. I just wanted to push that knoll, which I'm glad I didn't because that deer would have skirted around me in that laurel. And that deer come up out of that laurel right there. And I mean, he was 30, 40 yards, and I was able to shoot him with my new Night Stalker precision gun. Mark Down and built this gun for me specifically for what I'm doing. Climbing up here on these mountains, very steep, vertical stuff. Once you get up top, it's not that bad, but the initial climb up is pretty rough. I got down here at the bottom today, probably at 10:30, 11 o'clock. I dropped Bobby off. He had to go home early. So I dropped him off midday, come over here. My plan was just to get into an area, potentially scout it out so that I would know what it was doing from potentially in the morning to come in here and hunt this morning. So I was just easing my way up here. It's 12 o'clock, had plenty enough time to get my stuff together. And we've got a full moon. And those deer are moving midday. This is the third buck that I've killed in the last 2 years. Good bucks that have been killed between 11 and 2 o'clock. Especially with that full moon, you need to be sitting somewhere in the middle of the day because just like that buck was bedded with them does. He was locked down with that one mature doe. He wasn't letting her out of his sight. The doe decided she was going to get up out of the bed and go feed, and he had no choice. Nature made him go right with her. So I'm going to get over here and show y'all. This is a 308 that I shot this deer. I'm going to go over here and show y'all the blood on this deer. I showed you a little bit, but I just got to walk out in here somewhere, and eventually I'm going to stumble on it. It is a little bit farther than what I thought, but when I get this just everywhere, all the way out, right through there. And that action on that gun's so good, I actually shot him, and you can see maybe you can see right there, that tree's got the V in it. That's where I was sitting, and that deer was standing somewhere right in here. And I shot, and by the time I shot, and by the time he ran right over there and died, I was able to get a second shot off on him mounted. I don't think I hit him, but I was able to send him. And, you know, using a suppressor and a gun that is set up with low recoil allowed me to get that follow-up shot, even though I didn't hit him, but I could have hit him. It would have been a big buck and a bad shot on the first one, and he would have been dead. But 150 grain, 308, my favorite caliber in the world. 16-inch barrel, little shorty. You have got to freaking love it, man. This deer is piled up right here. It is a beautiful, beautiful 8-pointer. But you can tell, I knew he died right here. Blood all over this tree. Oh my God. So beautiful. And look, what's so cool is these deer are using, you see this blowdown? These deer are using this right here. It pinches these deer together on this high spot. They have no choice but to come right around this blowdown to get to where they're going. That's the reason that I sat down right there for a minute to figure out, okay, I really like it because if the deer come from back here, they have to come around this tree, which would give me a shot. And if they go this way, which is the way those does went, then I would be perfectly fine. Oh man, let's get to cleaning. Let's pack this bad boy out. Guys, what an unbelievable experience, man. This is public land hunting at its absolute finest. You have, for me, I know a lot of people are maybe a little different running trail cameras and stuff like that on public, but that's not something that I do. So having no idea what deer is in that area, what you're gonna see, it just makes the excitement of the hunt that much better and that much more special. What a beautiful deer. Absolutely gorgeous. Come in just as beautiful as can be, middle of the day. Opening day of rifle. You have got to freaking love it, man. Holy smokes, what an awesome deer. Carries his mass all the way up. I mean, he's just got beautiful mass. Got a little bit of a broke tine right there where he's been fighting with somebody. Oh my gosh, what an awesome, awesome deer. This is an experience of a lifetime, man. And you want to talk about a trip of a lifetime. This right here is a trip that will be very, very difficult to beat again. I'm going to go ahead and unload this Night Stalker Precision 308 because it has done its work. Holy smokes. Now the real work begins. Man, guys, if y'all are new to Southern Extreme TV, it means the absolute world to me that y'all are watching what I got going on here on my channel. And this right here is what this channel was founded on. Real hunts, real people, real emotions, real situations. I don't have a cameraman. I'm a solo guy that I love hunting. I love harvesting whitetail. This is a real hunt. This is real emotions. This is real DIY. Do it yourself. Figure it out. Learn the contours. Learn how a deer thinks, or try to learn what a deer is thinking, and put all of those pieces of the puzzle together so that you can have an experience like this right here. I'm telling you right now, guys, I am so dang proud of this deer because the work and effort that went into this deer on getting up here on top of this mountain, it was absolutely fantastic. I've got a little bit of time to go ahead and get this bad boy quartered up, cleaned up, and probably make the first run of meat and the antlers, whatever I can fit in my pack down. And I'll probably have to have one of my buddies come back up here and help me get the rest of him. But man, what an absolute bruiser of a deer. 308, first one with the new Night Stalker Precision 308, 16.5-inch barrel. What an awesome hunt, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subs. So every click gets me one step closer. And hopefully, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for hanging out.